Good evening, everybody. This is New Jersey Revolution Radio. It's Wednesday night. It's a little after 8 o'clock. Sorry for being just a little bit late, but it's a busy Mayday, and we are here on the live stream with Diane Moxley. Tonight we're going to talk about a lot of things that are going on around the state of New Jersey and around the world that I think are important, that I think that are not getting enough attention on mainstream media. And we will start off with the celebration of Mayday that Diane, you were there today in Newark with some comrades. I have a clip for us in a minute, but
okay, cool.
Give us a sense of what went on there today at Newark and who you were with.
Sure. And first to our viewers, happy Mayday. Happy International Workers' Day, everybody. I hope you were all out in the streets somewhere. In my household, May Day is one of our biggest holidays, so you have to celebrate it. You have to get out there in the streets. I guess I've done May Day a few times in Newark. I'm either in Newark or in New York, and some May Days I get lucky in Cisco Park, that is just outside of Newark Penn Station. International Workers' Day, and some of the themes were Workers of the World Unite, a classic. From Newark to Caracas, hands off Venezuela, hands off immigrants. So there were demands at today's rally. It was, there is a contingent that has been doing a lot of work with the Essex County Detention Center because they have a great deal of beds that are for ICE for detention holds. So even though Essex County is a Democratic stronghold, they are doing bad things and being called out by our community. So there was a good representation from Resist the Deportation Machine. We had Greens presented. We had Silk City Socialists. We had Democratic Socialists of America. We had our great buddy, friend, and comrade, Bob Witanek, with the anti-war agenda. We had our friend, Chairman Shaka Zulu, with the new African Black Panther Party. And you have a clip?
I do have a clip of one of those very people,
okay.
Bob Witanek, who I've known for years, and we all know Bob. If you're in the activist scene, you know Bob, right? I mean,
yeah, everybody
great
knows
stuff,
Bob.
and it's a really important hot topic that we're going to talk a little bit more about as well.
Mm-hmm.
So let's listen to Bob in Newark this afternoon.
Yes.
Nations that are saying that they're all for democracy in Venezuela are murdering their own people in Colombia, dumping the bodies in the river. And those are the kinds of people that are going around telling us about democracy in Venezuela. And the people of these nations, the people are saying, no, you are not going to go to war with Venezuela because you got problems right here. And guess what? We have the same argument right here in Newark. In the belly of the beast. We got no place going to war in Venezuela. We got problems here. We got homelessness on the streets of Newark. We got hungry people. We got people working 3 jobs and still not being able to keep the refrigerator full and the rent paid. Marginally living month to month. One bad month and they're out in the street. There is no audacity for this country to be going to war in Venezuela with so many problems here that are not being addressed.
So
yeah,
Bob's style alone I love. You know what I'm saying? Like he's talking truth about what power is doing. He's speaking truth to power.
Yep.
And I don't have a clip of it last night. I'm working on another piece that you'll see in the next couple of weeks. And Chairman Zulu,
yes.
We've seen him around quite a bit. He's been making a lot of speeches, making a good splash.
Yeah.
And I watched him at an event I was at last night, and just speaking like that makes an impression in a crowd, in an interfaith event last night, in a crowd hosted by Erica Jocko, a Green Party comrade up there in Essex.
A Green
County.
in Belleville.
Yeah, in Belleville,
yep,
right?
Yep.
She held a great little interfaith session which she invited me to, and I did some recording. And
Excellent.
They have that same style. And people, when I watched the reaction of people in the audience, it was a lot of head nodding and a lot of smiling and a lot of agreeing.
Yeah.
And so I think this style of speech, you know, just before we get into the substance of it,
Yeah.
I love when, you know, Bob gets out there and preaches on a street corner, and he knows how to do it very well. Now, on to what's going on in Venezuela.
Yeah.
What is going on in Venezuela? Because what have you heard and what have you read on social media? Because, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
you
kind
know,
of weird, right?
where we're at, you know, we've had since I think it was around January 23rd when Guaido, somebody who did not even run for president in Venezuela, decided to make himself the self-appointed president of Venezuela. And we had several countries after, you know, the U.S. said that they were recognizing Guaido as the president of Venezuela. Then, of course, our allies who just tend to be in lockstep with whatever our imperialist regime wants to do out there. So we had other countries jumping on board, recognizing Guaido as the president of Venezuela. And
the
you know,
clown
I was,
car revolution is what I'm trying to get to be called. That is
because
when,
of
that
the
is when
numbers.
that is when they loaded the clown car.
Was January 23rd, and you know,
yes, that was when
we
they
had
loaded the clown
some between January 23rd and today. Besides the fact that we've had sanctions going on, you know, since even during the Chavez administration, we've had sanctions during the Maduro administration, and we just really tightened them up and tried to strangle the country even more harshly than we had been starting in 2017. We're all wondering, what's the next step going to be? And I had even just said the night before yesterday that, oh, you know, are we done? What's going on? But no, we had Guaido yesterday asking for people to rise up on Mayday, which really bothered me because Mayday is like a sacred holiday. So we have Mr. Right-wing, you know, tool of the 1% wanting the people of Venezuela to rise up on Mayday, really insulting to the workers of the world and the workers of Venezuela.
Else, you know?
Beyond ironic.
Fascists have co-opted leftist things and leftist strategies for a long time.
Yeah, trying to co-opt and manipulate. Yeah.
You know, so fascists see effective tactics and effective dates, and of course he's going to try to co-opt a revolution in the country that votes for socialist presidents.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the problem. When you allow socialists to run, they win.
They win. Yeah, and he won by, you know, over 60%. Sorry, Maduro.
Maduro won, yes.
Won by, you know, we would call that beyond a landslide. So we know. We saw footage of Guaido in Caracas in which he, you know, was trying to have some type of facade of having taken over an air base, but the footage I saw, and I even chuckled that, wow, with all of the money and support coming from the U.S., Guaido and the opposition can't even have a media team. It looks like the video that I saw of Guaido looks like it's a bad live stream from an iPhone, and my critique is, because I do some live streaming out in the field, what the hell are you doing in portrait mode? You're supposed to be in landscape mode.
It's terrible, right?
Like, but you could
tell. Some of the productions.
You could tell, though, one of the techniques was they didn't want to show the lack of military standing behind him.
Well, of course.
To me,
I mean, that's
like
been the whole thing. I mean, even, and we talked to Comrade Zeese, who's down there in the embassy right now, and had some shenanigans go on at the U.S. embassy, and I was hoping to have him on. You know, it's been hard for him to get to a live stream because he's been protecting
the Venezuelan embassy in D.C. And I want to shout out to our embassy protectors down in D.C. right now. I know it's getting hot and heavy.
And yeah, absolutely, and I'm hoping to get a report from him soon.
Yes.
But you know, and it all goes to show that even them, it's so planned, but it's so sparse, and they really were trying to make a larger show. And I think people that have studied some military history, read Sun Tzu, know that if you are small, you appear big, and if you're big, you appear small. And I think it's a very, very. I mean, this is a lesson in, propagandists trying to use that technique. But it's fucking 2019, and these people are... Our CIA is still using 1970s type propaganda. I mean, honestly, I could go to any high school and have them develop better propaganda and than what our pathetic CIA has done trying to prop up this clown of a false president. It's embarrassing. It's just the whole thing's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Help! Stop
the madness.
Stop it. People have been killed. People are dying.
Yeah.
For this idiot.
And he clearly does not have control over the military. He clearly has a handful, hence him having to be in portrait mode to hide the lack of military support that he has. It's just ridiculous. And, I've heard even with his supporters, you're in Caracas, the major city that, and I heard that at maximum, I think I heard the highest reports being, I don't even want to say, but any of the videos I've seen, the crowd is sparse, it's broken up. You don't even know if these are just bystanders walking by. It looks ridiculous.
The messaging from the Majora, at least, and I said I only want to talk about things that I can confirm.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to give numbers and counts.
Contradicting. There's different mainstream media reports, and I'm getting different independent reports. So we don't, I'm trying to put out good stuff here and not fall into either side's propaganda. Because I'll tell you right now, I'm not naive and I know what's going on here. Yeah. But I can say that the Maduro seems like the official line is to his people: stay calm, chill out. Yeah. Please come to the palace, protect the palace. If these idiots show up, I need you in numbers so you can protect us. But, Juan Guaido has expressed in the past a willingness to use military force against his own people.
It's ridiculous.
He has said, when questioned directly in that conference that he had a couple of months back when this coup was first trying to pick up off the ground, somebody asked him, what happens when you kill Venezuelans? And he's like, well, there's some price to pay if you're fighting for freedom. Those are the... Can you imagine Hillary Clinton going in and saying, listen, Donald Trump won the election and all, there's a price to pay, so I'm going to bomb New York City. Yeah. It's crazy. So anyway, I don't want to dwell on it too much. We do have some other stuff going on. Yeah. But I wanted to hear a little bit about, and I'm sorry during the pre-show because we were a little rushed. Yeah, I have a commercial we have to play. Okay. But also we did want to hear about XR Rebellion a little bit before we talk about Jameek Lowry. Okay. And then get to our interview because we are really busy tonight. Right? Yep, absolutely. So XR Rebellion, I know you, while I was away on vacation in Maine doing real hippie stuff, man. I'll try to get into it some other day. Good. See, look at me. I'm throwing my notebook right on top of the, look, I'm trying to plug this whole time.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, that's terrible. But if you're on the live stream now, you can see this is one of the books I half read on vacation. I half read books a lot. Okay. What is the book? I will finish this book, and it's called Detroit, I Do Mind Dying, A Study in Urban Revolution. It's written by Dan Georgakakis and Marvin Sirkin. And it's about radical Detroit labor unions during the time of Black Panthers. And I saw this at Olive Press Eatery in Metuchen. I was thinking of the new African Black Panther Party. And it just kind of all came together. So I brought this book with me on vacation, and it's awesome. And I'll talk about it some other time.
Okay. So it's a must-read for our audience.
Right. But while I was doing that, you were causing trouble in another country as well.
I know. Sometimes you get mad at me when I leave the fine country of New Jersey. But it's hard when you live in North Jersey and you're, especially for me from Lower Manhattan, you're, well less than an hour away into New York City. So yes, I have been working with Extinction Rebellion in New York City. And on April 17th, we had a day of action outside of the City Hall. We were demanding that Mayor de Blasio declare a climate emergency and implement strategies to fight climate change now. Because as we all know, we've heard the reports. Every day the studies get more grim by the moment. I just can't even watch a I think there's a show on Netflix about planet Earth, and it shows just the mass extinction that's going on to so many species right now. So I don't even need to tell you guys. I know our audience knows that we are in dire strait. Please plug in to xrr.nyc. You can sign up there and get more information and stay plugged in, and I'll also keep our viewers updated as we get closer. But on the 17th, unfortunately, to create change, sometimes you need something extreme to battle something extreme. And in this day and age, a tactic that we are using is mass civil disobedience, nonviolent direct action, and with that, at times has to come mass arrests. So we did have 62 arrestees on April 17th. Wow. Yes, I was one of them.
Of course.
Of course. I don't like to get arrested, but I will do what is required because, you know, the stakes are too high. We have no time to wait. Being arrested is serious, and it should be something that you shouldn't take lightly. But I have white privilege. I have the ability to be arrested and not have serious implications. So that's why cool. I'll be doing it again in about 2 months if it's needed. If my role is needed as a support person, I will do that. But if needed, everybody knows I'll be there. So please plug into xrrnyc.nyc. Also on Facebook, we're trying to start a chapter of Extinction Rebellion in New Jersey. So we are a movement. We are not an environmental organization. And you can get more information by plugging into Extinction Rebellion New Jersey and help us start a chapter here.
All right. I really, that's awesome work. And like you said, people that can make the sacrifice do make the sacrifice. Mm-hmm. People like yourself who are willing to go out there and get arrested. Yes, you need to take it seriously. And of course, mm-hmm. If you got a record or something like that, we don't want to see you have unintended consequences. That's the thing. Yeah. If you plan on making a sacrifice like you do, God bless you. But you always have to prepare for unintended consequences. Diane's theory seems to be practice makes perfect. But
I'm getting better at it. So hopefully, 7 times a charm. Yeah. So if needed.
Yeah.
Right. And if you, like me, have the privilege of a life that allows you to maybe take a day off without significant consequence, come on out and join me. I hope to have a better, longer live stream while we're there so we can have some fun while doing what needs to be done. So join us.
The last thing I want to talk to you before we hop onto our live stream interview with Green Party co-chair Teresa Markila and also Craig Cayetano from
Craig's joining us?
From up north in Passaic County, I believe he's out of. Yeah. He's up one in Passaic or Bergen, is he?
He's Passaic County.
Okay, so he'll be joining. Those two fine greens will be joining us to talk about their convention coming up this week.
Excellent.
And you can check out the Green Party convention details on their Facebook page, of course, gpnj.org, for more information on that. Or you can, message us on Facebook or whatever. So we always appreciate it. As most of you do know, I'm involved with the Green Party, as is Diane's been a candidate. I've been with the party for about 3 or 4 years now. Mm-hmm. And convention's a cool thing. It's a good time, I think, for people to get together and talk about really progressive and socialist issues in the state of New Jersey, without liberals and Democrats mucking it up. Because when they show up, generally bad things happen. But we keep them out of the Green Party, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, we don't need them.
We have to talk about Jameek Lowry. And I have, as a senior organizer here at New Jersey Revolution Radio, I'm going to use that privilege by saying we're going to talk about Jameek Lowry every week
as much as
with
possible.
Corey and Black Lives Matter of Patterson and whoever else is joining in a chorus of people to demand justice. Let me just play a clip that Corey put up on Facebook that he asked me to play.
Sure.
And I have a statement from Corey as well that I'm going to put out with this podcast feature. Hopefully, if I can get it done tonight, I will.
Okay.
But we're just going to support them as much as we can. Let's listen to Corey just for a minute.
The Passaic County Prosecutor's Office gave a report that night of the rally that we held, and she said that the police used physical force and compliance holds while he was in the ambulance. Why did the police use force and compliance holds when Jameek was not under arrest? He was not under arrest. He was not under any investigation. He came to the police department for help.
So there you have it. I mean, so those of you that are maybe just hearing for this story for the first time, this guy goes into the police station. You can see this if you look up Justice for Jameek, the hashtag Justice for Jameek. You'll see all the, Corey's been leading the campaign, working closely with the family. And I suggest that you educate yourself on this. If you're in New Jersey and you care about New Jersey and policing, after that use of force report came out, I think it's important that we highlight why that use of force report was so shocking to white people and police, overseers, but not so shocking to communities like Paterson.
Yeah.
Because the more I hear about the Paterson Police Department, the more I hear that they are corrupt.
Yeah.
And, it's not my community. But what I try to do, what I think we're trying to do a little bit here in New Jersey Revolution Radio is just kind of echo what these are doing. And you talked a little about your white privilege. And the bottom line is if we can communicate to white people what's going on and why this isn't good for anybody.
No.
And why, regardless of where you live in the state of New Jersey or in the country, that having police that set an example like the Paterson Police Department and the city council in Paterson is embarrassing to anybody that's a civilized human being, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Because the way they've treated the family, the way they've treated the community, the way they've treated Jameek's memory, he's a murdered man, has been disgraceful. So, I ask everybody, and I won't, we are coming up on our interview time here.
Yeah.
So we can't go on, but I committed to Corey that I'm going to mention this every week along with him.
Yeah.
And stay in touch with him and just take guidance from the family and him.
Yeah.
But the answers being given by the prosecutor's office basically, well, they loaded up and they used some compliance holds and then he was dead later. Come on. Is that 100 days to only one autopsy investigation, and they wouldn't release it to the family? They won't release it to the public. The family's investigation that was independently done shows things that, and they're not releasing it because they want to see if they compare it. They want to compare the autopsies because they don't trust the police and the state, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
And so the way they've been treated is a disaster. We're going to stand with Justice for Jameek. Check out that hashtag, please.
Yeah, Justice for Jameek. And I believe there's a Facebook page. We demand justice for Jameek Lowry.
Yes, there
and
is.
they keep, you can keep updated. I think we might be approaching 120 days.
It's crazy.
Of no answers. I can't imagine Jameek's family. My heart just goes out. I just can't. Yeah.
I'll let our fans look over this information and look at the statements being made in the last week or so, and just tell me if that would satisfy you if you were Jameek's relative.
If this was your child.
Was that your father? If that was your father, uncle, brother, son,
child, somebody's.
No, you wouldn't take that shit, and nobody should have to take that shit.
No.
All right.
Absolutely not.
We have to play a commercial. And then we're going to get to an interview with some Green Parties about the Green Party convention, okay?
Excellent.
Check out our commercial. This is awesome.
Hi, I'm Kate McLaughlin. On my show, Healthcare Confidential, I will examine the issues that are affecting your health and well-being in New Jersey and around the country. I will bring my 20 years of healthcare experience to inform you about what insurance companies and hospitals don't want you to know. So join me on my bi-monthly Healthcare Confidential show right here on New Jersey Revolution Radio.
McLaughlin is going to be doing a bi-monthly show on healthcare issues, particularly focused. Kate's been a patient advocate, particularly involved with safe staffing ratios and other issues. And I've met with her a few times. She's awesome. She's very well informed.
Great.
And she's a nurse. She's a grassroots, working class person trying to make a difference. And she's always having a hard time getting the system to listen to her, which
Not shocking,
We're
but
very familiar.
frustrating.
That's
yes.
true. So
Yeah.
let me ask if our guest can hear us right now. If is Craig? I heard a ding dong a few minutes ago. And Teresa ready for this part?
Hello.
Do we have either of them on the live stream, or are they both on by phone?
How are you?
Can you hear me?
Zoom. Craig's waving at us.
Oh, hey, Craig.
Speak up, brother.
Hey, Diane. Hey, Brian.
Can
Hey, Teresa.
Are you muted?
Can't hear you, man. Cannot hear you.
Hello.
There we go. Okay, try it again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Excellent.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Excellent.
All right.
Okay.
Hello.
So we have Craig Cayetano and Teresa Markila of the Green Party. Teresa
Hello,
is...
everyone.
Can you hear me, Teresa?
I can hear you.
Okay, excellent. Teresa is one of our co-chairs, and Craig, one of our state co-chairs, and Craig is, I believe, a co-chair of the Green Party of Passaic County. Is that correct, Craig?
That's correct.
Excellent. So glad to have you guys with us. I am so excited that we have our annual convention coming up. So Teresa, do you want to tell our viewers when and where our convention is and give us a little rundown of what's happening when?
I'd love to. This is always an exciting time of year for the Green Party of New Jersey. We get to get together with friends and comrades that we might not necessarily have seen through the year and get some reports of what everybody's been doing. We get to hear about the amazing campaigns of our candidates like Diane Moxley and Madeline Hoffman, and the work of all of our different committees and county chapters, and make plans for the year ahead. The party is always growing, always evolving, always learning, and after this year will be no different. We have elections for officers coming up at the convention, and we'll be doing some party business like voting on bylaw amendments and, like I said, hearing the yearly reports. It is this Saturday, May 4th, from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m.
Okay.
at Emmanuel Lutheran Church. That's at 1 Kirkpatrick Street in New Brunswick.
Okay.
And it will be followed by a fundraiser at the same location from 6 to 9 p.m.
Okay. And I just wanted to clarify, I thought that the convention started at 10. From 9 to 10 was sort of more just a little gathering time, but official business starts at 10 in case some of our viewers can't get there so early on a Saturday morning. Is that correct?
Yes, from 9 to 10, we have coffee, and we'll be doing some networking and just some casual discussions and basically getting ready. The actual reports and business does start at 10, you're right.
Okay. And we want to talk about who is going to be at the convention portion of the day. I know we have some confirmed speakers. We might still be working some details out with some others, but I know we have some confirmed speakers, correct?
Yes, we've got some really exciting speakers. You've mentioned him a few times. I heard on this show, Chairman Shaka Zulu of the new African Black Panther Party from Newark is going to be coming and talking a little bit about his organization and the work they're doing, which is really exciting. I've been getting to know him over the last little while, and he's a really, really amazing guy, as well as the amazing Anthony Diaz, who will be talking about the water crisis in New Jersey cities, especially Newark, where the Newark Water Coalition is tackling the issues of lead and toxic chemicals in the drinking water. And we also are expecting Margaret Flowers and Kevin Cease to come and talk about the situation that's going on in Venezuela. So that's really exciting as well.
Excellent. And for our fundraiser, I know what I'm really looking forward to is it's being catered by Olive Press Eatery, some of the best Palestinian food around. Brian's cracking up because he probably remembers a few weeks ago when we did a test live stream and we had some wonderful food from Olive Press Eatery. So, yeah, and it is well worth the cost of the fundraiser, which is $40, I believe. But
yeah, the fundraiser is $40.
Suggested donation because I want people to come out. So
correct.
Oh, geez.
Segments, so I just have a whole bunch of and while you ate that Palestinian food, but then I thought twice about what it might sound like, and I did not do it.
I don't know if you guys could hear Brian. Could you hear Brian?
No.
Okay.
No.
It was just some banter about. No, that's probably better that they couldn't hear you on that. We were joking about, yeah. So, and for our fundraiser, we have Comrade that we have had before at conventions, and I know some of our Greens in the North have worked with and supported his poetry project and other. So, Teresa, who is going to be part of our fundraiser.
Yes, that is Justice Roundtree from Newark, a really incredible community leader in Newark, and his show 360 Poetry is really one of the highlights of my month. I try to catch it every month that I can. He has other poetry nights going on as well in different parts of the northern New Jersey area. He's really, really incredible person, incredible leader and organizer and speaker, and very exciting. So I'm really looking forward to that as well.
And he does good work with prisoner reentry work and with the movement to end solitary confinement. So
that's right. Yeah.
He's I don't know how he does it all. He does so much. And yeah, the 360 Poetry Project for our viewers. Did I get that correct?
That's right.
Yeah, so check that out. And we're so glad to have him with us at the fundraiser. And I know also New Jersey Revolution Radio is going to be involved with the programming during the fundraiser. Yeah. So I hope everybody comes down, has some incredible food, and come down for the convention. And Craig, I'm sorry, can you hear us?
I can.
Okay. Do you have any details that we haven't touched on with the convention?
No, I mean, we're going to give our reports. It's been great to be elected as a national delegate of New Jersey for the last year. Mm-hmm. And there's always ever-changing platform amendments, even on a national level. And, we can bring some of that stuff into a state level, too. And we're going to have, obviously, some bylaws up for debate and discussion. But yeah, it's great to have served in that capacity, in that role, and we'll see what happens at the convention for other, positions going forward.
Oh yeah, because we have elections of officers. So.
Yeah, we are having elections for the officers, which are the 3 co-chairs, mm-hmm. the treasurer, and the secretary. Okay. And like Craig says, for myself personally, it's been a great year, and I was really honored to have this position and learned a lot, and I'm really excited to see who steps up and might consider some of these leadership positions for the year ahead and how our organization will move forward from here.
And just to for the viewers that aren't as involved with the Green Party, I just want to remind everybody it's 10 to 5. We do have wonderful speakers too, like we talked about Anthony Diaz doing wonderful work in the Newark area with the Water Coalition.
Newark Water Coalition.
Newark Water Coalition. We have Chairman Zulu with the new African Black Panther Party, We have Margaret Flowers and Kevin Zeese, who are going to be giving us updates on Venezuela. And, that's so current, and we need to hear, because they've actually been out they've been over to Venezuela. I know even Kevin Zeese in May of last year was in Venezuela observing the elections, so they have incredible insight into what's going on over there. And, as we said, with Chairman Zulu, he's doing great work organizing the new African Black Panther Party in the Newark area. He's been working with the issue of a new youth detention center that's coming to Newark. So we're always, so excited to hear him speak. He is just like our comrade Bob Witanek. He is a passionate speaker that is just wonderful. So please, everybody come down, even if you're not, completely engaged with the Green Party. There is plenty of educational opportunities for everyone. And Craig, I understand that you may be seeking a Green Party endorsement, and you may be running for office coming up. Is that correct?
That's correct. We've submitted paperwork already. We will hopefully have a brief interview at time at the convention, and hopefully can work on an endorsement. I live in Hawthorne, and I wanted to try to seek the endorsement to run for my Ward 3, for town council there. And I think that'll be a great conversation, and can't wait for it.
Okay, so after the vetting takes place, we'll definitely have you back on the show, and we'll talk about your platform in depth.
Great. Sounds good.
Excellent.
So I just want to add, finally, for folks who are interested in joining us at the convention or the fundraiser, please go to our website, gpnj.org. And under the 2019 convention page, you will see the agenda, you'll see the details, and you'll see a link to register, where you can register for the convention, which is at no charge, or you can register for the fundraiser, which again, as we said, is a suggested donation of $40. So you can find all of that on our website at gpnj.org.
Excellent. I know we're all going to be there, and New Jersey Revolution Radio. So, comrades, please, everybody, come on down. It's always a fun event, and hang out and meet your true lefties.
It's true.
We're looking forward to meeting you.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of people, who are into social justice should just come by, even if you're not into the Green Party, because we're inspired by social justice speakers. We try and get some great ones out there, and I think we've done a really great job this year, as we always do. So, if you've ever been interested in the Green Party, or you just think we have good politics, come by and meet us. We're really cool people. We really are, aren't we?
Absolutely.
I think so.
We're fun to hang with. So I think you should come just to hang with us. And I do want to say,
I did. Oh, I'm sorry. I did want to jump in. Howie Hawkins
yes.
may be there. He may not be there. We don't know. Dave was asking on the live stream, and that's why I bring it up.
Yes.
So I just want to say that if he's there, we're probably going to have him on the program.
Yes.
If he's not there, we're not going to have him on the program.
Yeah, I think
so
there's
we'll figure
a
it out.
really high likelihood that he will be present, and I think he's coming at around the lunch hour.
Yes.
So if you even, if you're looking, I believe our agenda is on the GPNJ website. So if you want to just come for certain speakers, I believe Howie Hawkins is going to be added to the agenda to speak on the Green New Deal.
Yes.
And he is one of our most successful Green Party candidates.
He's wild with the Green Party.
Yeah,
he really is.
He's one of the founding members of the Green Party. I believe he is one of the creators of the real Green New Deal, not the Democrat co-opted Green New Deal. So it's, you can hear right from Howie his plan for the real Green New Deal. Yeah. That is what we need tomorrow.
I see they're co-opting it here in New Jersey as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
Jim
it's-
Keedy, I busted his balls on Facebook a little bit.
And they know it's BS. You know, Jill Stein was running with it in 2012, 2016.
Take a look at the organizations endorsing that little event down there and say you'll throw up.
Yeah.
It's all the people you argue with all day long about how we're trying to do too much.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, we need a real Green New Deal that's going to work on, you know, cutting the military budget, a real plan to move forward with renewable energy, and the most important component is that it will actually have the eco-socialist component in it. And I believe that that is what Howie can really bring out of what the Green New Deal needs to be to save people and planet ASAP. So come on out. It's going to be fun. We have wonderful speakers. And, you know, that the fundraiser, I just can't wait for the Olive Press Eatery. And, of course, Justice Roundtree, always a motivating speaker. So I'm really looking forward to it. So thanks for coming on, Craig and Teresa. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'll see
Thank you so much.
on Saturday. Thank you,
Definitely.
viewers, for tuning in.
Get ready for the next event from New Jersey Revolution Radio.
Hi, I'm Becky from the Coffee House in Edison, New Jersey, and we're looking forward to seeing you at the Community Cannabis Forum on May 29th with New Jersey Revolution Radio.
With host Henry Hank Green.
What I would like to do is make sure that people get a full and an educational and an understanding of what this legislation is about and how it will affect their lives.
And the New Jersey weed man, Ed Forshin.
The governor ran on that. That's what he ran on. He kept talking about equity and legalization. We're going to have diversity. We're going to help the communities that were victimized by the war on drugs, blah, 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 blah.
For more information on this event, or for activism going on all over New Jersey, join us on the web at www.njrevolutionradio.com.